Good evening now, you YouTubers out there. This is Grill Master 983, Grill Master. Well, today what we're working with T-bone steaks. That's what we're doing today. I picked up picked some fresh T-bone steaks from our local grocery store or whatever. Everything was pretty good looking steak. It's about a 1 inch, about a 1 inch, 3/4 to 1 inch thick. Wasn't real thick. It's definitely not thin at all. It's got a nice little marbling and stuff running through the. It should make for a very good cook. Now the first thing that I do when I start out with steak, there are many ways to cook steak as well. The first thing that I want to do is I take the steak out and I clean it. I've already pre-washed it, pre-cleaned it, and everything like that. The second thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you pat it dry. You don't want your steak to steam, because that's what happens if you put it on. You put a little seasoning on it, put it on the pit, and it's wet. Now you got a steam steak. So what I chose to do, a lot of people will take paper towels and pat dry. I don't do that. I take my this is what I call my cooking dry towel. I take a towel, a terry towel, 100%, and I pat it dry like that, because why go through a whole roll of paper towels? It doesn't make any sense. When I can pat my thing dry, when I pat it dry, what I do is I pat everything dry on one side. And some people say, oh, well, it's contaminated. Trust me, it's been very washed. It's washed and clean, and the only thing I use this towel for is this is my pat and dry towel. That's all I do. I don't bathe with it. I don't dry with it. That's all I do, is I use that one towel. Then I come over here on one side, and I'll apply some oil. Apply some oil because I'm just about to season. I'm going to season one side. When I get through seasoning it, one side, then I'm going to turn it over on the other side, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to pat it dry on the other side. And I'm going to try to hurry up and do this right quick. Try to save some of the footage on YouTube. So basically, you pretty much get the idea. So this is the way I do mine. It's a pretty nice steak. Also, steak is cooked on extreme high fire. If you cook it on a low fire and take a long time to cook it, the longer you keep it on the fire and low heats and all that, the tougher that steak is going to get. That steak will begin to taste like leather. These are some of my ingredients that I use. Like I said, I always want to use this complete. I think it's called Badia or Badia. That particular season is a great type of season. Most of the time, that and Uncle Chris. I like this Uncle Chris. I put it in a lot of different, especially my poultry. Go extremely well with poultry and roast, all kinds of stuff. So I use that, and of course, my onions and my garlic. I'm always going to, it's pretty much, but a lot of times all I use is salt and pepper, and normally I'll just do salt. I will do the pepper later on. I'll tell you the reason why. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply not liberally, just a very little. I'm going to use more Uncle Chris more than anything else. I'll go ahead and put a little season. Also, something else. When you have a great steak, when you have good steak, you don't really too much have to worry about over seasoning, because a fat chunk of meat can stand some salt. It can stand whatever season you're doing. It's not going to be, you're not going to overdo it. I love Uncle Chris. I was turned on by one of the YouTubers about Uncle Chris, and I bought it and I applied it. It's a Fiesta brand seasoning called Uncle Chris Steak Seasoning. Actually, steak gourmet seasoning. So I'm gonna apply that, do that, get that all done. Then I'm gonna chase it with onion powder. If you can always have, never use onion and garlic salt. It's already extremely too much sodium in it. Okay, we're gonna do that. Apply the garlic powder, not salt. Okay. Also, something else you want to do. You're doing your steak. You want your steak to set out for a while. Okay. I'm gonna take. The way I do this is I take this steak, pat it dry here. The bottom gonna be wet. Then I flip it. take her, dry her, and then I flip her. And I continue this process. Take her, dry it, and then I flip her. That way, won't nothing rub off on your steak. And then I flip her. Continue this process and you get done with all your steak. I like my steaks to be medium well. I don't like any blood running out of my steak. That's not how I operate. A lot of people does that, and that's good. You know, like I said, it's 1,001 ways to get to whatever you're trying to do. Now we're gonna come here. Let me pat and dry this girl. Pat and dry her real good. I apologize for the noise. That's the styrofoam little crates that it came with. Some people will be bothered. They might come have me little nasty comments and tell me, how could you dare put that on the same product that you bought the item with, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, to each his own. This works for me. It's been washed and washed and washed and rinsed and washed, and so I got it on the crates, and it's fine. Then I will come right here and then I will oil down the other side. Come here, oil her down. I'm gonna be doing some grilling. I may not do a YouTube on it, a video on it. I'm gonna be grilling some steaks as well. I'm gonna be grilling some shrimp, jumbo shrimp or extra large shrimp. They're not really jumbo. It all depends on what part of the world you come from. If you're from Louisiana, our jumbo is not. Louisiana jumbo is like, to me, it's like super duper jumbo. They would call ours in Texas. They would call what we call jumbo. They probably would call that. That's a medium, little, small shrimp. That's okay. Now we're gonna do the same process again. I'm gonna come here. I'm not gonna do it real heavy on this here. I'm gonna do it like I'm gonna do more Uncle Chris than the complete seasoning, which the complete seasoning is a very excellent little season that I fell in love with, and I have to have it in my kitchen. I must, in almost all my cooks. Okay, here we go. We're done with that. I'm gonna come with Uncle Chris and load Uncle Chris up. It has a and then Uncle Chris also have a has a type of have a citrus type of taste or smell to it. So there's some citrus stuff working on that. And like I say, you also want to make sure that your steak is, you want to try to take your steak out about an hour or so before time. You don't want to put ice cold, well, not ice cold, but this is the onion powder. I do the onion powder. I'm already getting my my coals and everything ready. This is going to go on the grill. It's not going to be grilled on the stove. It's going to be, I'm actually going to use, and here we go with the garlic. We'll sprinkle the garlic on it. Get that all ready. We're going to let this set for a little while. Let those seasonings saturate in there and do what it does. Let it marinate a little bit. It's not going to be a long time. We're going to pat it a little bit. Pat it a little bit. Pat it. Probably be cooking on a temperature of about 600 degrees. It's going to be about 6, maybe 700 degrees on the grill. We're going to do a little indirect grilling. It's going to have a two-stage temperature. We're going to have extremely hot side. They're going to move it over to a much warmer. Still will be hot, but it won't be extremely hot. And then I'll get right back with you. Alright guys, I'm back. Now, this is where we are. I moved outside. I already told you that I was preheating, getting the coals ready and everything like that. This is what I use a chimney. It's already pretty much where I want it. Take it right here. Like I said, we're gonna take a two-zone system is what I'm gonna use.
Talk a little loud.
I use one full chimney. We're going to use this one half. We're going to have this one half for the steaks. I should be able to get maybe 3, maybe 4 steaks. Probably I can get 4 steaks on there. This other half over here is going to be my other zone. It's going to be my cool zone on this side. What I do is I wait until the coals get nice and hot, And I take like a piece of onion and I clean the grills. I've already cleaned the grills with wire, and I can bring it up closer if I like. Bring it as close as I can to get that fire real hot. So I'm gonna clean that off. That works. This works really, really good. When I come back, I'm gonna spray it just before I put the steak on here. I'm gonna spray it with like some corn oil or Pam or whatever. I'm gonna spray the brakes like that. It might burn a little bit, but it'll burn off. And I'm gonna slap these babies on there. And I'll get it right. Next time when I come back out here, I'll have the steak and I'll be ready to slap it on. All right, America, I'm back. As I was telling you earlier, that I'm gonna be doing 2 different cooks. And so while I'm waiting for my pit to get as hot as I want it, it's pretty hot now, but I want to make sure that it gets hotter than that. So I put some more coals and stuff on it. But while in the meantime, in between time, I said I was going to be doing shrimp. These are the jumbo shrimp right here. These are the jumbo shrimps right here. So I'm going to put a little oil. This is 983. This is Grill Master style. I don't cook like for everybody else. However someone else cook, I don't really care. That's their deal. This is my deal. Put a little oil in that because I want the seasons that I do to stick. So I'm gonna toss her around, toss the oil around, get her good and ready. And then a good flavor for shrimp is it's lemon pepper. I use lemon pepper and herb garlic and as you see, the steak is over there. It's just hungry. It's just waiting to get on that grill, waiting to go. It's waiting to do that. So, well, in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna do this right here. Let me find my. This is my lemon pepper. This is my lemon pepper seasoning. I'm gonna put some of that on here. I'm gonna put it on liberally because I'm gonna toss it around. So I'm gonna put it on real heavy up on the top because it's gonna get mixed around real good. That'll be good for that. Put a little chili powder, give it a little color. A lot of times people think chili powder, oh, it's really hot. No, it's not. It's not hot. It's got a good flavor. It's not hot. A lot of people think that paprika, oh, it's hot. No, it's not. It's not hot. This is a garlic herb. Very, very good. Put that on pretty heavy. Okay. Always, I love Italian seasoning. I'm going to put some Italian seasoning. Put the flakes right there. I'm going to do it right here. Put our garlic. Alright. Now that we got all that up in there, we're going to take her, we're going to mix her and toss her and toss her. Toss her around real, real good. And she's going to be ready for the kill. I'm going to take her and I'm going to put her in the, I'm going to put them back in the fridge. Let them sort of do what they do. I'm going to add a little, also I'm going to add some I'm also going to add some not fresh lemon, but I'm going to add a sort of concentrated. If I can find her, I see her in there. Let me just get her out of here. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put some. It's concentrated. That's enough. That's enough. Just a little, about maybe a top full. Of that, going to mix around with everything else. I'm going to let that sort of marinate itself and do what it does in the meantime. So this is all set to go. And I'll get right back with you. And the next time when I get back on, I'm going to actually have my steak because my grill is going to be extremely ready. Also, let me just say this while I'm talking about steak because we're doing 2 different things at one time. No, I'm bouncing around. Just want you to work with me now. I'm a Gemini ham. I do a lot of different things, 10 or 15 things at one time. A lot of times people will do this. I never caught the hang of that, and I'm not concerned the way I measure steak. as for its doneness or whatever. Some people do as the finger thing if it feels like this, and if it feels like, I don't do that craziness. What I do is I time my steak. I like my steak medium well. Steak like that that's about a 1 inch, I'm going to cook it probably 8 minutes on one side. I'm going to flip her, cook her about 8 minutes on the other side, and bring her over to the cool zone. That's what I'm going to do. But for those who like their stuff bleeding on the inside, they're going to probably do it about 3 or 4 minutes, and then do it about 2 minutes, then they're going to rotate it about 25% because they're looking for diamond-shaped grill marks. I'm at home. I don't care about it. I'm not doing competition, so I don't care about it. Long as the steak, shrimp, or whatever tastes extremely good, I'll let other people worry about, hey, it's all about presentation. No, it's not. It's about good tasting food. That's what that's my motto. Excellent tasting food, not just how great it looks. Because food can look great and not taste great at all. So that's what I do. So what I do is, if I wanted it medium rare, I'd probably cook it 5 minutes one side, flip it over, 5 minutes other side, cook, slide it to the cool zone. Now, if my steak is a little pink on the inside, that's okay, as long as it's not bleeding, but that's my choice. I like a medium well. Either medium to a medium well, but not medium rare and not rare. That's not my thing, but that's a lot of people's thing, is to have it bleeding on the inside. Hey, I can do all of it, but my choice, steak that's an inch, I'll do it about 7 to 8 minutes. I may rotate it, but, and then it's T-bone. T-bone got the bone kind of close to the surface. My grates are Teflon, so it's kind of hard to get. If I had a cast iron, I'd get them excellent marks on it. But because mine is Teflon, probably going to be a little bit harder to do, but it still can be done. It's probably a little bit harder to do. That's why I'm getting my pit right now extremely hot, so just for that, and I'll get right back with you.